Hello everyone, this is Chemical and we are going to play the SAO Echoes of Aincrad Demo. So this is a first impressions video or more like a kind of review video because I spent hours exploring Town of Beginnings and the first few floors of Aincrad just to see if this is the SAO RPG we've been waiting for. Before we get into the meat of it, this video will be completely spoiler free. Look at the mechanics and early game feel. So I won't be ruining any major story beats for you since you can play it for yourself also, and I do recommend you to try it for yourself on the available platforms of this game. So I'm specifically playing on my own PC. So for those who don't know, this game takes place during the original Aincrad arc. I wish I had pronounced it well, but with a twist. Instead of playing as Kirito, here you can see I'm playing a custom created character, living through the events as a side character. So let me remind you, we're kinda a protagonist of our own story here. So the demo specifically lets you play through the beta test period and the first few missions of the official launch. So we are here to experience how it feels to be trapped, or I don't know, not really trapped, but you know, you know what I mean. So the first thing you'll notice is the character creator, but it's not shown here in the video, and it's kind of not available on the demo, but it's been compared to Shinobi Striker in terms of its style, offering a decent variety of color options and facial shapes. Though some of the players found the mouth and facial hair options a bit restrictive, I haven't tried it, but that's what I've heard from some of the creators. But what's really cool here is the perspective. You're just a random player experiencing the Death Game announcement alongside everyone else. But as I said, this demo does not show it to the game, but yet. But while Kirito and the gang are out there, you're forming your own parties and taking on quests, making it feel like you have a direct hand in the SAO universe. So let's talk about combat. So as you can see, this is where the game tries to distinguish itself. It's an action RPG, but it's surprisingly methodical. The stamina system, unlike the hack and slash titles, you have a yellow stamina bar that governs attacking, sprinting, and dodging. So if you enter this bar, you're sitting duck for boss attacks. Kinda like you're playing a Souls-like game, but it's just a Souls-like. So the resources, you're managing three main bars, your HP, stamina, and SP. So SP are kind of like mental fortitude. So the SP builds as you land hits and spend on high damage sword skills. So the weapon variety in the demo features 6 weapon types. So far, I'm just using a short sword. So the weapon types are short swords, rapiers, daggers, bases, great swords, and great axes. Each has its own moveset and proficiency level that unlocks new skills the more you use them. So here we have a companion. So you aren't alone here. You have partners like Iori, and you can actually command their behavior by pressing a dedicated button. For me, I'm using a controller, which is the PlayStation controller. So I'm pressing triangle, and you can tell them to act freely or focus on a specific enemy to draw aggro while you recover stamina and use this. And their support skills and team up attacks are really vital for those or for kind of boss fights that we're gonna have. So as you can see on this combat, Iori's been helping me. Attack Iori, you know what to do. Hell yeah. Oh my god, he did spectacular. He really slashed that head. So let me show you an example of our attack together. These are team up attack. Hell yeah, look at that. Here I'm showing you the game feel. What are you gonna expect on the demo? Kinda like Souls-like, right? And here we're gonna fight our first boss. Actually, I don't know if I can consider this a boss, but it's kinda easy, but there are many difficulties that you can switch to, like story or normal mode. But I need to use, or I wanna use the hardest difficulty if I'm gonna play this because it's kind of been too easy for me. That's on my opinion. It's solely on you if you're gonna want to play this on the hardest or the easiest difficulty. As long as it doesn't ruin the game for you. But for me, I always play on the hardest difficulty, so I want the challenge, yeah. So let's continue. So the game is semi-open world, consisting of large open zones, accessed via a terminal in town. While the environments are visually beautiful, there is a recurring concern that they feel bit lifeless. So this is for me on the demo that I have played, but let's see if things improve after the full release. So let's get right on to our in room where we check these items, growth, equipment, and partner. We are now on our equipment, which should I tell you this is the only time you can equip these weapons, as you cannot equip them when you are on the place where you can combat. So that's one thing to note for sure. And the RPG depth here is surprisingly deep. So as you can see, you get these growth points when you level up to invest in 7 attributes like vitality, strength, and agility. So reaching these certain thresholds in these stats unlocks these passive modifiers. So far I have not unlocked these bonus modifiers, but you can see it as you play through the game. And we are on the items where consumables, materials, and key items are located. Next up is the partner, which is for now is Iori, my very good friend. What the hell is that NPC doing? Why is it up here? Damn. And here we are on this smithy. You can craft gear from materials, upgrade weapon levels, and use synthesis to transfer X mods from one weapon to another. And it turns the game into a bit of a looter. where even junk weapons might have valuable mod you want for your main blade. So let me tell you this one thing. However, the town of beginnings that serves as a hub, you cannot leave the city unless you're on an active quest or out in the field. You'll find safe events, but and one odd design choice to note, you cannot equip new gear in the field. If you find a legendary sword in the chest, you have to finish the quest or return to town to actually put it on, which is, yeah, very odd design. And I wonder what will the feedback of the other players on this. But for me, it's really very odd that you cannot equip it on the place, but you have to leave or finish the quest just to equip the legendary weapon or any kind of weapon. So, for the honest truth, the boss fights are the clear highlight. They are creative and have multiple phases and can be quite challenging depending on the difficulty that you are playing. However, as I've heard many players feel that normal difficulty is too easy, also for me, with field enemies posing also no threat. And there are also some reports of floaty movement and bugs where characters get stuck in the air. So let me also tell you that this game is using Unreal Engine. So for those people that doesn't really want an Unreal Engine game because of the people saying not optimized. So I do get the people that says that, but the most exciting feature for hardcore fans is the permadeath mode. If you die, your save is deleted, and this is unfortunately locked behind a first completion or the deluxe edition. But it definitely adds a that authentic SAO tension the game is known for. So overall, Echoes of Aincrad feels like a massive leap forward for SAO games, even if the world feels a little empty right now. So we will not know yet unless the full game is released. I think it's ambitious and the combat is fluid and the customization is rewarding. My final recommendation, all in all, download the demo and play for yourself. For me, it's the best way to see if the game is for you. If you like those Souls like game, or you're a fan of Dark Souls, or very fan of Sao, but don't want to play any Dark Souls with that kind of difficulty. This game will be released in July. So before the demo ends, try it for yourself. Thank you for watching, and if this helped you out, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this, and see you in Aincrad. Thank you and goodbye.